Are you ready for a full day of sightseeing, shopping and good food in beautiful Salzburg? Let me show you where to go, because this city is so pretty it needs to be on your bucket list. Good morning! It is quite early. I will go to the bakery and then let's go to the main station. Hurry, hurry! Okay, we made it in time. Hello and welcome to the urban jungle. I'm so happy that you joined for a full day of exploring beautiful Salzburg city in Austria. Today we're on the road with my lovely friend Natalie. And if you want to get to Salzburg and back cheap and fast like us, you need to buy the Bayern ticket. It's perfect for a day trip and costs 33 euros for 2 people. Train ride is 1 hour and 45 minutes, and I will leave a link in the info box. But first we need some breakfast. Directly on our way to the old city center is Cappuccino. Our hot chocolates and bagels were super tasty. I like that they offer a range of breakfast options like eggs, fruits, cereals, also many vegetarian bagels. Now we're ready for our sightseeing tour. And how lucky can you be? I mean, it's a bit cold but so sunny. There are so many nice buildings, not even tourist attractions, that it's super interesting just to walk around Salzburg. However, only a few minutes from the main station, there already is Palace Mirabell. This one here, which was built in 1606 by Archbishop Wolf Dietrich for his mistress. Most of the rooms are used by the city administration, but you can have a look at the marble hall in which young Mozart, his sister and father made music to entertain the Archbishop, or you can walk around the beautiful gardens for free. Empfehlenswert.
Absolut.
As many of you know, Salzburg is the city of Mozart, and you can visit the Mozart Museum just around the corner for 12 euros. We will need to do this another time though, since we came to enjoy some outdoor activities today. And speaking of outdoors, a street that you do not want to miss is the Linzergasse. Besides some chain shops like a Foot Locker with a super fancy facade, you can find some pretty unique stores here as well. How nice that small shops too seem to flourish in the middle of the city. Let's check this one here out. These herbs and spices for self-made liquors and drinks are so cool. Or do you feel more like candy? Lots of candy. Or soap, or syrup, I'm sure you will find your cup of tea. Besides the many small shops with super diverse assortment, there are quite a lot of cafés as well. If it's your first time in Austria, you need to try some typical strudel. It's a bit like sweet rolled dough, usually with warm apples and cinnamon inside. Best served with warm vanilla sauce. Oh no, these vegan cake slices here look delicious as well. Okay, I'm sold. I need to try that pistachio cake. By the way, that shop is called My Mom's. To go please! This cake dough part is super moist, in a good way, and the pistachio cream is literally the icing on the cake. Enjoy! By the way, don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell icon so you won't miss any new videos. Thank you!
Even when you're low, you can let me know. You know I will show. Now we're sipping the Bordeaux.
Before we cross the bridge to the historic city center, keep this rooftop terrace in mind, guys, because we will come back here for the evening. Wow, no matter where you look, you will always find a cute cafe, a promising antique store, or another pretty house facade. Amazing! With all these little paths and interesting side streets, it's super easy to lose track of time, so be warned. A little tip, if you mainly come here to shop, then better come any day but Sunday, because then all the stores are closed. However, you can enjoy cafes, restaurants and museums. This is custom in most European countries. But what you will definitely like about Salzburg is that all main tourist attractions are in walking distance to each other, so no need to tackle the local transport system. Yay! Our next sightseeing spot can be visited any day of the week, the famous Salzburg Cathedral. The cathedral has quite a history of construction and destruction. It was built in 774 on the remnants of a Roman town by Saint Rupert of Salzburg, patron saint of the Austrian state of Salzburg. Due to a fire, it was rebuilt in 1182. Lastly, in 1628, the same archbishop who built the Mirabell Palace ordered to rebuild the cathedral in Baroque style, which you can still see today. The finished church is 142 meters long and 33 meters high at the crossing dome, with a total of 7 independent organs. Doesn't this look like the mini version of the French Louvre? Well, time to move our bodies, because we want to climb the castle on the hill that we saw earlier this morning. You can also take the ropeway, but the walk isn't as challenging as it looks. Okay, to be precise, it's not a castle, it's a fortress. So the difference is that a fortress is supposed to protect the principality and the archbishop from hostile attacks. And wow, look at this, guys, I'm so glad we're doing this. Single adult basic tickets to the fortress cost €10.30 per person, with admission to everything but the room of the prince. You can get all your tickets slightly cheaper online. The castle grounds are pretty big. Everywhere there is something to explore or to look at, like this corner for blacksmith work. There are exhibitions and even a little restaurant. Time for some education! But in the fun way. Seriously, this is one of my highlights here in Salzburg. This hands-on museum taught us a lot about the fortress and life in the medieval times in general. For example, did you know that you could only shoot cannonballs 3 to 4 times a day because otherwise the cannon would overheat? And that some suits of armor costed as much as a luxury car today, or back then a whole farm? So basically, you either needed to be rich to be a knight or totally in debt. So interesting, right? There's also a second exhibition which documents Austria's military and its clothing, its role in the world wars, and shows the fates of some Austrian citizens along the time. With all this new information in your head, don't forget to take a deep breath of fresh air. And if this doesn't convince you, then take a few steps to the very top of the fortress to get your awesome 360-degree view. It's so beautiful up here. You really need to see for yourselves and feel the wind and sun in your face. City view or mountain view? Let's compare. As hard as it is to leave this spectacular view behind, I feel that we need to do some shopping, right? So back to the Old Town Center. How about some famous original silver blue Mozartkugeln? The Mozartkugel or Mozart ball is a small round sugar confection made of pistachio, marzipan and nougat that is covered with dark chocolate. Named after Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, Salzburg confectioner Paul Fürst invented them in 1890. There are 8 other, to be fair, copycat variations of this popular souvenir, so don't be fooled or just try them all and pick your favorites. 1 for 150. To continue our Mozart Sweets tour, just right opposite of the old marketplace, there is Café Tomaselli, where Mozart used to drink his beloved almond milk. For €4.30, you can dip your almond butter praline in dairy or vegan milk. Can we please take a second and appreciate this view? You can choose of a variety of cakes, but be quick or lucky because the offer changes daily and they do sell out on some sorts. A piece of cake costs €3.90. If you're interested in Mozart's life, you can visit the house where he was born. It's right in the middle of the city and in the shopping street Getreidegasse. Entry fee is €12. We will keep this one for next time and stroll around some more. Look at how pretty all the storefronts and buildings are. Okay, this is a fancy McDonald's sign. After all these sweets, we definitely need something savory. How great that you can try all these kinds of Gouda in this store. Lavender or truffle? In case it's your first time in Austria, it's a great chance to try some schnitzel, a thin breaded and fried piece of pork. Actually, Vienna is famous for that, but hey, as far as I know, it's not a crime eating it here. Our dinner plans for today are a little different because we want to grab some delicious food at the rooftop restaurant of Hotel Stein and have a nice evening view over Salzburg. We ordered some wine and cocktails, and also the truffle pasta and tuna steak on couscous were super tasty. The perk of going here is definitely the terrace, where you can have a view all over the old city center and the fortress. Salzburg, it will not be our last time visiting you. I hope you guys enjoyed this tour as much as I did. Please hit the like and subscribe button or leave a comment down below on what you think. This means the world to me. Thanks so much, take care, and see you in the next video. Bye!